Hello everyone, this is Indrajit Ganguly and today I am going to start theme 5 from the second book of NCERT, that is Through the Eyes of Travelers, Perceptions of Society from 10th to 17th centuries CE. Now students, in this topic I will discuss with you about the journey of many foreign travelers who usually come into India in this period. There are many travelers who usually visited India in this period, but NCERT is basically focusing on the three travelers, that is Al-Biruni, Ibn Battuta and François Bagnier. Now the question is why these travelers regularly visited India? There may be several reasons: in search of work, there may be they escape from natural disasters in their hometown, or they may be visited India as trader, merchant, soldier, priest or pilgrims, or sometimes they usually came to India as a sense of adventure, to find some sense of adventure. Some travelers, they leave accounts and some don't. But interestingly, no accounts of women travelers were found in this period. Now, many travelers basically deal with the affairs of the court. Basically, they visited the court of the Delhi Sultans, some visited the courts of the Mughal rulers, and others mainly focused on religious issues or architectural features and monuments. And knowledge of the past can be enriched through the consideration of description of social life provided by the travelers who visited the subcontinent. So their documents are very interesting and very important to know about the political, social and economic life of the medieval India. So let's have a look onto the journey of these three important travelers. So students, our first traveler is Al-Biruni. Al-Biruni was born in Khwarazm in 973 AD and Khwarazm in recent-day Uzbekistan. Al-Biruni was a polyglot. What does it mean? It means that he knew many languages like Syriac, Arabic, Persian, Hebrew and Sanskrit. And he also familiar with the works of Plato and other Greek philosophers. Sultan Mahmud of Ghazni took Al-Biruni back in Ghazni. So I hope you know that Sultan. I hope you're familiar with the name of Sultan Mahmud of Ghazni. Mahmud of Ghazni basically raided India for 17 times, and he destroyed the Somnath temple, which is situated in Gujarat. So when Sultan Mahmud of Ghazni attacked India and plundered several wealth, Al-Biruni developed an interest in India. Sanskrit works on astronomy, maths, medicine had been translated from 8th century. Al-Biruni travelled widely in the Punjab and the parts of North India. Several translations were made by Al-Biruni, such as Patanjali's work on grammar into Arabic, work of Euclid into Sanskrit and many more. And also Al-Biruni spent lots of time with Brahmins and he learned Sanskrit and studying religious and philosophical texts. Now, the travelogue which was written by Al-Biruni and it was known as Kitab al-Hind. Kitab al-Hind is basically written in Arabic, and this text was divided into 80 chapters on religion, philosophy, festivals, astronomy, alchemy, iconography, laws and meteorology. And distinctive structure beginning with a question and following this up with a description based on Sanskrit traditions, and concluding with a comparison with the other cultures. So you can understood that Al-Biruni is not only discuss about the Sanskrit tradition but also concluded the Indian culture, and he also compared the Indian culture with the different nations' culture. Remember students, Al-Biruni was very much critical about the ways in the Sanskrit texts were written, and he clearly wanted to improve on them. Correct? Now, our next traveler is Ibn Battuta, and we have to know about this Ibn Battuta's famous travelogue, that is Rihala, or we can say Al-Rihala. And Ibn Battuta is known as Globetrotter. He was born in Tangier. This is in Morocco. So we can say that he was a Moroccan traveler, and he received education in Islamic law and literature. He came to India in 1332 to 1333. Earlier, he travelled Syria, Iraq, Persia, Yemen and Oman. And during the reign of Muhammad bin Tughlaq, he came to Delhi. I hope you know that Muhammad bin Tughlaq, he was a ruler from Tughlaq dynasty. So during his stay, Ibn Battuta visited the court of Muhammad bin Tughlaq. So earlier there was a misunderstanding between Ibn Battuta and Muhammad bin Tughlaq, but later these misunderstanding finished, and therefore he served as the Qazi of Delhi. In 1342, Muhammad bin Tughlaq ordered him to go to China as an ambassador, and he travelled China through South India to Maldives and Sri Lanka and then China. And Ibn Battuta meticulously recorded his observation about new cultures, and interestingly, he never came back to India after when he visited China. Ibn Battuta visited and spent several years in travelling through North Africa, West Asia, Central Asia, China and Indian subcontinent. But he was very much curious about the two important food items. First one, that is coconut, and second one, that is pan. Ibn Battuta described that the betel is a tree which is cultivated in the same manner as the grapevine. Okay, and the betel has no fruit and it is grow only for the sake of its leaves. And he's also stated that basically Indians consumed betel with supari, and it was a common food habit by all the Indians. And next one, he described coconut as just like a human's head, because it had two eyes, one nose, and the outside portion of the coconut was very hard and the inner portion is very much soft. So he was fascinated and he was very curious about these two types of fruits and two types of plants, because it was unfamiliar in the Arab continent. So students, this is it for today. In my next class, I will discuss with you about another traveler, and he was a French traveler and his name was Francois Garnier. Thank you and have a nice day.